Right? Should we have sound and everything? You see. About to begin. Video, have sound, everything. It's fine. Well, hello, welcome back, my Royal Rogues. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the Royal Rogue, and we're back on another live stream. Very happy to see Catherine again, but first I need to fix some things here on the background because I have a mess. And it's going to. I don't like this mess that I'm seeing. I'm just got to work here on the background. Let me see your comments. Where are you? I want to know where are you watching from. It's always fun to know all over the world. Sometimes I'm afraid I'm not gonna be able to pronounce all those wonderful cities that you're watching from correctly. For me, pronouncing correctly all your wonderful cities, that is very important for me. Especially British cities have sometimes like Worcestershire. It's like, yeah, that is the kind of tongue twisters. Mississippi, USA, Kelowna, BC, California, Hampshire, England, Illinois, USA, Tampa, Florida, Ocala, Florida, London, UK, Brisbane, Australia. Oh my God, we have the entire world right now. Pretty soon, I will be live streaming from Mars. Elon Musk already said that. Let me see if I can fix. Where am I? I have to. Okay, here I am. Okay, there's Catherine. I want just to make sure. Let me see. Okay, there's Catherine. This is nice. Okay, we can do this. We're almost ready. I just checking. I was just tweeting some very quick analysis about Venezuela. That's why I was almost late today. Stockholm, Sweden, Florida, Colorado, North Carolina. This is great. Edinburgh, Scotland. Oh my God. I should go to Scotland soon. When is a good time to go to Scotland? I must ask. When is a nice time? See, checking everything here. Pluto. Oh yes, we will be streaming from other planets. I will be streaming from Mars. I really hope to be an astronaut sometime. Elon Musk said that he's gonna test in 2 years when you have the window to travel to Mars. The first rockets, and then in 2 years more, the first manned trips, and maybe in a quarter of a century, we would have an actual city on Mars. And I hope to visit there and live stream from Mars. There will be a slight delay from there, I'm sure. Jesus, why do you want to go to Mars? I don't know. Something that is just calling me, the stars, being an astronaut. We're here. Catherine, let me see. My microphone is not too loud for you. System audio as well. Everything. I think this is. Oh, let me see. When Catherine released this amazing video that I wanted to share with you, we're gonna see a couple of things first. That there's a change on Kensington Royal, which is the official account on X of William and Catherine. There's a couple changes in here. The first change was the avatar, the PvP. I call it the avatar. That's the way that we called it back then in 2009. And the avatar is, let me see where I can change here, is really nice. Is that picture of Catherine with William there in the wilderness. It looks like a park. But it looks like the outdoors. You know how much they like the outdoors. She is laughing broadly. And William, of course, he is touching his chin. You know, he's always, oh my God, this picture should go well. I would like to know who took this picture. It's really great. And they are clasping their hands. Very nice. I really love this. I really love this. I was telling you these days that I really miss Catherine. I told you that I really missed Catherine, and so good to know that her chemotherapy has already ended and she is well on her way of healing. She hasn't healed completely, but at least the chemotherapy sessions are already done. And this is the banner. You know that in X, you not only have your image, your PVP, your avatar, but you have your banner and your account. And they change it to this lovely picture of the family. And since it's too horizontal, it's like a panorama photo. I'm going to analyze it piece by piece. First, we have William with Louis with his usual expression of you know Louis. I even made a video about him and his birthday. Yeah, it's so great to see her. She's a breath of fresh air. Yeah, I agree, Jelly, as well. I'm crying for them, beautiful, loving family. Thank you, Donna. Yes, such a loving family. All of we agree on that. I love her dress. Yeah, it was a beautiful dress. Let me see. We have also this other section of that panoramic photo of Catherine with a very serene and happy expression with Charlotte and George. This is just amazing. It was a great thing. It was a great surprise to do everything at the same time in a very long video. And for William and Catherine's standards, 3 minutes, it's almost a movie. And thank them for that. Let me see. Let's change here and let's watch it. I want to make sure that the sound levels are okay. And just this is just absolutely random that I landed here, and I'm just going to start from here, start in the middle, like that literary tool, in medias res, when you start in the middle of something. And this is 30 seconds in, and this is pure love. It's very, very easy to see. Let me see if I can make this bigger. Can I? Let me see if I can. No, this is as big as I can get, but I can always go a little zoom. And I know that you like to see this, because that's why I leave it on screen for a few seconds. It's something that you have to absorb. Maybe you have watched the video and it's hard to pause it in certain moments. I'm going to pause it in every nice moment that I see. And this is the first one. Like, this is, a true love story. A true love story. Thank you, Sina. My Latin is very rusty. I just know a couple sentences. That's it. And that's it. And this is great. This is great. They're holding hands. You can see it here as well. I tried to make the captions not too big so we could enjoy. Let's watch it from the beginning. Let's watch this from the beginning. It's gonna be much better. Okay, let's see. Just press here and we go. Okay, wait a second. I chopping it here. Make sure that I have the full volume here so I can listen myself. Okay.
Max, you lead the way.
As the summer comes to an end, I cannot tell you what a relief it is to have finally completed my chemotherapy treatment. The last 9 months have been incredibly tough for us as a family. Life as you know it can change in an instant, and we've had to find a way to navigate the stormy waters and road unknown. The cancer journey is complex, scary, and unpredictable for everyone, especially those closest to you. With humility, it also brings you face to face with your own vulnerabilities in a way you've never considered before. And with that, a new perspective on everything.
Is this filming?
Hello? Hello?
This time has above all reminded William and me to reflect and be grateful for the simple yet important things in life, which so many of us often take for granted, of simply loving and being loved. Doing what I can to stay cancer-free is now my focus. Although I have finished chemotherapy, my path to healing and full recovery is long, and I must continue to take each day as it comes. I am, however, looking forward to being back at work and undertaking a few more public engagements in the coming months when I can. Despite all that's gone before, I enter this new phase of recovery with a renewed sense of hope and appreciation of life. William and I are so grateful for the support we've received and have drawn great strength from all those who are helping us at this time. Everyone's kindness, empathy, and compassion has been truly humbling. To all those who are continuing their own cancer journey, I remain with you, side by side, hand in hand. Out of darkness can come light, so let that light shine bright.
Okay, something that I wanted to do is just play it from the beginning, no commentary. I think the video was absolutely worth it. And it was going to be a bit uncomfortable if I just paused it every now and then to comment. I think I can do that right now and comment. Let me see if I can. We can watch it as a whole afterwards. Let me see if I can just mute here so we can take a look at the video itself. Let's take a look at the images. Very moving. The music, Catherine's words, everything. It's so moving in so many ways. I'm going to stop right here. This was just perfection. And one thing that should be said. There's this. I'm gonna just. How can I say this? I have like a theory of what does Catherine want to convey with this video. First, of course, she wants to. This is like a way to thank for all that we have supported them and supported her through this journey, all the love that has poured from all over the world. I'm pretty sure that many of you have seen this video like more than 10 times, and you will I'm sure that you will be watching this more than 10 times more. So is enjoying this, is seeing the family, is having like 3 minutes of thinking, and also inviting us to remember that those wonderful and sometimes tiny things in life have to be cherished every day. I'm trying to to find the words, because yes, it's really moving. I love, you know, that making films is something that I want to do someday. Maybe with the tools that we have with AI, at some point I will be able to, anybody will be able to make movies. I will be able to make movies. And the way this is edited, the way it was shot, the filters, the effects, the storytelling, because it tells a story, which we are gonna be breaking down in this live stream. It's 10 out of 10. This is perfection. This is cinema, like they mean. This is cinema. Like Scorsese saying that this is cinema. This is just perfection in many ways. Now, before we move into the checking all the frames, this one is just amazing. I would like to maybe say something that I think that maybe Catherine is like planning. She has realized that she still has this path to heal completely, and I, for one, support her to find that, to go through that path and take all the time that she needs. I've said that back in February, I think there was that we had this first news of what she was going through, and up to this point, that has always been my stance. Take all the time you need. We will be waiting. Yes, the other day I couldn't help myself. I said I really miss Catherine. I did, and well, this is something that, or some of you are saying that maybe hit you more somber than upbeat. I think the way to craft this editing, to present this video, my idea, this is absolutely my opinion. This is I don't have sources about this. This is something I think, and I could be wrong, and I cannot know what Catherine is thinking or doing. This is only my opinion, and you are completely free, my lovely Rogues, to be to disagree with me. This is what I think. I think that she is she's taking her healing very seriously, which is important, of course. Everybody wants that. And at the same time, she is very engaged with the fact that she wants to be there for her children. And I completely, 100% support that. That is important. So saying that she's going to slowly ease into royal engagements, that sounds very good. That sounds great. It sounds like she is allowing herself to, like, take a look at her life and say, okay, this, I want to focus on my healing, and I have to focus on my family, my children. I think that is something that every single person, that is about priorities. And that is regardless if you are a senior working royal. I think that what makes us human, and one of the most important things, and you know that Catherine defends that a lot, it's those early years and children who need their mothers and their fathers, and she knows how important it is. And I have this thing of always thinking in the long term. I'm always thinking in terms of years, sometimes even decades. That's why I tell you about, I talk about Mars trips, like they're around the corner. I have no problem waiting 20 years for a ticket to Mars. I can wait. That's something that I can do. But when I think in the long term, I think about King Charles. And I have, again, this is just a personal opinion. You're free to disagree. I think that, well, maybe we have a window of 10 years or so. We could say 10 years is just a number, in which in this in those 10 years, we might, or maybe longer, we might see William ascending to the throne. Again, I cannot predict that kind of future. There's some things I can predict, but I cannot predict when that's going to happen. But I just come up with a number, 10 years. And we have a window of 10 years that at some point William is going to ascend to the throne. And what I think that Catherine is doing is that she's going to focus on her healing, whatever long it takes. She's going to focus on her family, as in, well, this was this more than a scare. You know, if I haven't had cancer, okay, I need to knock on wood for that. I thank God for that, but that is more than a health scare. That should be terrifying, especially having small children. Yes, because I think they are still small. I consider them small. It is like seeing that when William ascends to the throne, that is going to be quite an ordeal. That's going to be, we don't know. I don't want to mix into politics. I already explained in a video why, for those of you who were not aware, why the royal family does not mix with politics. It goes a long way back in the past. But even so, we don't know what would be the state of the UK and the world at large when that happens. So when I say that it's going to be an ordeal, I don't say it from a personal level, but with a global level. It's not going to be easy. Okay, there are going to be a lot of challenges. That is a given. And as how the UK is going, you know, all the challenges. What would be the state at that point? So, again, my opinion only. I think Catherine is giving herself this time to make sure that she heals completely. Make sure that she sets up her children for absolute success as members of the royal family, as the ones who represent this symbol of unity in Britain. And when the time comes, then that would be full throttle. Again, this is there's no, oh, I have courtiers in the palace. No. This is completely elucubrations from me. From me. So it's like I'm just thinking out loud. All right, just in case. Oh, where did you get that from? That's what I think. And I think that is the best possible decision that Catherine can make. And that's why I support her decision to take as much time as possible as she needs, because she knows that, especially in these times, raising children is not an easy task. And so many things that have to be explained. And every child, not only her children, but every child has like this different curiosity and natural skills and way to filter things that happen in the world. So it takes solid work. If you have three, that takes 3 times the work. So that is how I see this video in particular, because I can say this kind of videos because this is the first video that we actually have like this, or at least that I've seen. This is just amazing. So I'm gonna watch from the beginning. I'm gonna be pausing. We have this general, and there's this long shot, this wide shot of the trees. I know that J.E. already told me. So the film was made by Will Ward. Credit at the bottom of the post and name next to movie camera symbol. Thank you. Maybe I'm not seeing here. It's cropped the image, so that's why I'm not seeing it here. The thing was beautifully made. No. The Queen's Guard as well. Hi, Jesus. Hope you had some good time off. So happy for the whales and still pray. We would love to alive and we look at all pics ones that Inaki put out long ago. Maybe we should. Maybe we should. Let's continue here. Be sure that I see your comments. Okay, looking at your comments. And we move on. We have this long shot. We have with close-ups of leaves. I bought a new book, by the way. This new book is about Japanese words for things that usually don't have a word. And there's one word that I want to share with you. When I see this, I had this right by my side because there's this special word that fits this. Komorebi. 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 Komorebi is the light that filters between the leaves of trees and the dance of light and shadows that it produces. There's a Japanese word for that. Komorebi. So I saw this. I instantly remember. I have goosebumps right now because I found this wonderful book, and it's I'm going to share it. Maybe I will share it in the description of this video. But yeah, it's words in Japanese that apply to things that usually don't have a word. And yes, I saw this, and we're seeing the light. We're seeing a light entering the forest. I like to talk about symbols. There's something that I haven't said many times. I could have a completely separate channel only to talk about symbols and how to look at movies, TV shows, when they're interesting, of course, or this kind of editing. And what do you want to portray with that? You have the forest and you have a lot of shadow, and all of a sudden you have this light entering the forest. Like you having a light, a drop of light, and it is, how to say this? It is reinforced by those leaves in right next to the camera in first person. Okay. Oh, some of you are asking for the, how is it spelled? How is the word spelled? Oh my God, this hang. What happened to my computer? How is the word spelled? Let's do things the right way. Gonna write it here. It's Komorebi. Yeah, that's how it's spelled. Komorebi, the light that enters the tree. So, go forward. We have a shot of the family walking with a dog. Oh, who's a good dog? Who's a good doggy? I don't know the names of their dogs. I apologize. If you know the names of their dogs, if you know what's the name of this dog, just share it and I will. Louis, of course, leading the pack. He's exploring. He's quite independent, and George is like at the back, like protecting everyone. You know that. Oh my God, the firstborn. I should make a live stream on maybe on my Body Language Guy channel about the difference between firstborns, the lastborns, the ones in the middle. You know that it's. We're all the same. Like we're all in the same groups. All of us. The firstborns. George is doing a classic firstborn. Stands there. He's protecting the pack. He is protecting the pack. He's making sure that everything. You know that usually the leader of the pack who wants to protect the pack goes at the back because he needs to have all the pack inside, right? To see if everybody is okay. Because if you go in the front and someone, I don't know, sleeps or something happens to you, then you're not gonna. It's gonna be harder to find out. So you protect your pack being at the back, of course, making sure that the front is clear, right? And usually the youngest or the eldest go right in front. I'm going to go try to. It's going to be easier if I. Okay. And what is yours? Okay, this is a cricket paddle, right? I'm really ignorant about cricket, but I'm sure that this is a cricket paddle. Paddle? I apologize as I'm seeing something funny. Oh my God! How many of you are firstborns, and how many of you are lastborns? And he's having a good time. You see, I like to see this kind of things. You need to know something about me. Like I am rushing this. I could spend hours looking at frames. Just for example, this frame, we have Catherine driving, she's in command of the vehicle, and you have this horizon that just get lost, okay, with that wonderful sky and the trees at the background at the deep end. So there's a lot of light, and she's like in this shadowy vehicle, but she's driving and she's doing it like she's got the control of the vehicle. That's part of the symbolism of this. And in this case, it is the composition, since she has to be, of course, in the right side. In Britain, we have the wheel on the right side. It's much easier if the camera is pointing in that direction. It would be too much of a hassle to have a camera outside the car. So that's why we have this amazing frame here, high contrast. Catherine still in the shadows. You know, the big face reveal where you're gonna have. Again, this is something that I like to do. Just stare and talk about frame and what I see and all the lines, how they converge. But I don't want to be so boring. Maybe at some point I would have extra long live streams, like 5 or 6 hours, talking about 3 minutes of video. That's something that I could do easily. She's driving, and we got a very bumpy road. Maybe the road is not bumpy, but maybe it is. It looks quite rural. Rural is the word, like off-road. It is nice. Well, she's driving. Oh, let me see. Let's see the complete frame. It's a nice shot. This kind of shots are a bit difficult because you need a wider lens so you can capture everything. The dashboard, Catherine, part of the back of the car, and at the same time play with the contrast so you can see Catherine and the brightness on the outside. This is very well done, and you usually don't have many opportunities to do this. And yes, she's taking control, and she looks pretty well in control with a nice facial expression. And one thing that you haven't noticed, and I'm going to tell you right away, is that the camera is positioned in some way that you see Catherine a bit from a lower angle upwards. Looks very nice. I wish I could make this bigger. If I make this bigger, I could make myself smaller in all cases. I'm going to make myself. I'm going to swallow the shrinking pill. I'm going to make myself smaller so you can see the whole. I want you to see the whole frame. So wonderful to see the whole frame. And again, this is a bit difficult because with almost any camera, you would have just something like this, like too close or cropped. It was made so you can see everything. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna take the time that I need. I know that many of you are gonna maybe enjoy. And there's a very bumpy road, which is also an analogy for what she's going through. It's a bumpy road, getting out of that state, healing completely. Let me try to see if I can make Catherine bigger. Nice. This is nice. And I can be a bit smaller. Okay. My forehead still has enough screen real estate. I know. So she's driving. She's switching gears. See, looks like a quite analog car. I like that. I miss when we had buttons for everything. Right? You remember, like 20 years ago, we had buttons for everything, for music equipment, for cars. We got buttons, levers. Nowadays, it's also just a screen, a touch screen. If the touch screen fails and everything fails, you're effed. You're F up. Very nice. And we have this very quick transition of leaves. Okay, this is just a transition to like switch from one scene to another. We got a switch of a scene to a brighter forest. You see that there's a big of a difference between just 10 seconds in. We have difference with this to this. A lot of shadows, and then we have the forest. Much lighter. Just a forest with some wind, and then Catherine appears. That's why we needed this transition, because she is driving and all of a sudden she is in this forest standing. We are just 12 seconds in. That's what I love about this video. It's quick. I'm going to activate the caption so we have a reference of what she is saying at the same time. You see that she was saying that the summer comes to an end. I cannot tell you what a relief it is to have finally completed my chemotherapy treatment. So you see that it was a bumpy road. The chemotherapy treatment was the bumpy road. The last 9 months have been incredibly tough for us as a family. This is very well synchronized. I mean, the captions are generated exactly as she's speaking. So this is synchronized. I'm going to play it anyway, just so that we listen to it. I want to listen how it's synchronized, what she says with the change of shot.
The last 9 months have been incredibly tough for us as a family.
This is wonderful. This is masterful. This is something that you divide. The last 9 months have been incredibly tough for us as a family. That switch there, that change here from one shot, the shot from her back, to a general shot, a side shot in general, a bit longer shot, emphasizes the word tough. That change. You notice that when she's gonna say tough, there's a change from one shot to another, to the other. I have to play that again. That is just wonderful.
The last 9 months have been incredibly tough for us as a family.
I love that kind of things. That's little details that very, very small details that is perfection. And she's walking. Notice that she's walking from where to where. She is walking to the right side of the screen. Remember that we read from left to right. So whatever happens on the screen from left to right is advancement, progress. Okay, that is important. If you see someone walking in that direction, then this is like she's coming out of the shadowy part of the forest to the lighter part of the forest. Of course, you cannot do this on every single shot, because then it will be boring that she's always walking in the same direction, or she's walking or the shots are always in the same angle. That would be boring. But you make sure that in certain very precise moments you get that you get this kind of symbolic description of how she's coming out of those shadows into the light. This is cinema perfection. I hadn't really analyzed this. I had just watched this once, then twice when I watched it with you at the start of these live streams, and right now I'm just discovering all this part by part. So I'm just discovering this with you. Okay, we have this switches. This is like when you have this end of a film. Like when you remember, I don't know if at some point you get to splice film on Super 8 films, maybe tapes. I don't know if you got to something like that. And that is the fact that you are filming something and give that the idea that you are actually filming like family memories. You know that right now, nowadays, we use this kind of stuff and it looks perfect all the time. But when we used to do it, when we were children, when Catherine was a child, for example, we had all these effects and the grain and etc. It's having that sense of nostalgia, right? And of course, having that sense of those videos that sometimes our parents showed us, and they had all this grain and all this quality of being old. That's the kind of things, that the memories that she wants to convey here. And of course, thanks to who realized this video, the vintage look. So she's saying that life as you know it can change in an instant. I couldn't agree more. And even so, she is, I'm going to talk about her body language. She's leaning. She's not really leaning into the tree, but she's touching the tree. Like she's hanging onto something that is perpetual. Like the tree symbolizes something that will outlast us. Maybe it could be a legacy or something, but that's part of the symbolism of a tree. But she's not leaning into the tree. She's just touching it. It's very subtle, her body language right now. Again, I just speaking what comes to through my mind when I see this kind of things. I think it's just plain beautiful. I'm sure that I'm missing many details, but I wanted to share with you this kind of analysis. I very seldomly, can I say that? Very seldomly, I do this kind of analysis, but I wanted to share with you. I said, let's do this. And she's looking up. She's also looking up to the top of the trees. That is also an image of hope. Looking into the light. She's bathed by the light that is coming down on her. She's touching what is perpetual, maybe a legacy or something, and looking into the light. That is just, again, this magnificent. I cannot avoid making it clear that, of course, she's being recorded by a professional. This is not something spontaneous. But how do you get so good shots that look so authentic? Because we know that that's how Catherine behaves. Like she's not actually posing like pose this way. No, what you do is that you grab two cameras, ideally three. You have a 2-man crew and you have at least 3 cameras between you, and you follow her and the family, whatever they do, Okay, and whatever they do, maybe they could repeat it so you can get the best angles. And you just film the whole thing. You bring as many batteries you can and as many SD cards to have all the memory, and you have this massive amount of footage. Because what is the intention? The intention is to record them with their usual body language, and that has to be. You never know when you're gonna have. Oh, this is great. Just stand there next to the tree and try to think about your journey. And the idea is that your body language, or her body language in this case, follows the message that she wants to convey to us. If I was directing this, I used to have the, let's say 15 years ago, I used to think that you could just direct people, as in directing an actor or an actress. Put your hand in the tree and then look up to the light. That doesn't work. That is never going to work. Even if you have every step one after another, that doesn't work. That just kills every single vibe. As a director, what you ask the person, if this is not acting, this is, I want to convey to your friends on the other side of the camera, namely us that are watching her. I want you to think of them and what is the message that you want to give them, and think about that message, and just walk into the forest and think about that, think about your journey, and just let your body follow your emotions and your thoughts. That's what I would tell her right now, to film this and just shut up and just follow her with the cameras. So to get that spontaneity, to get that authentic body language, that no, this is not something that you can act. That is my way of looking at it. And I think I can say that I have been blessed with experience in filming and in body language, of course, and of course emotions and how people behave. And hands down, that is the way to go. Okay, namely that's how was so important that she was with her family, because usually to make people open about their story, their struggles, you have to ask them questions. That's something that I also help people with, that asking questions about their journey and everything, and that helps them relax. And when they relax is when we see that authentic body language, and it's wonderful to see that change into that openness. We are seeing an openness of Catherine to us, trying to not only thank us for all the support, but also giving us hope in general. And most important, trying to remember the important things in life might be tiny. We might have grown almost blind to them. We might take them for granted. That is okay. We have to be kind to ourselves and just remind ourselves that we are blessed. And I also want to tell you this, my Rogues, because I know that so many of you are going through tough times, and it is undeniable that we need more hope in our lives. We need to keep hope alive, and that takes work. It's always helpful to have this kind of videos and this kind of stories and this video to give us that message of hope, and being able to just dissect it completely with you. I think that is one of my, I feel blessed of having you here and having this opportunity with you. And then that vintage look of the family. Maybe their facial expressions was a very bright light. I'm sure the sun was brighter than we see here. This could be a filter. There are filters that do this. I have a filter right here. Let me see. I have a filter that does exactly what I'm seeing here. What we are seeing here. This. It's a ND filter. It's an ND filter that flattens the light on a scene and makes the scene a bit less contrast. You can also do it with software, but it's much better if you film it already, because then you're getting all the... I can get really nerdy with this. I cannot help it. But yes, it's a nice filter to... So the sky is not that bright and the shadows are not that dark. At the same time, that vintage look. And that might be a reason why they are squinting. Okay, because the sun was really bright, and maybe they are not. We're not used. This is much better. We have very soft shadows here. Okay, you can see the shadows that their feet cast are soft. There's not as sharp shadows, so maybe a bit cloudy as well. But they are a bit protected by the foliage, by the trees, right here. And again, it's another shot where they are walking together from that shadowy part of the forest to a lighter part. You see that there was a bit of a sun, because you can see the difference here, the actual shadow of the trees in there. This is a shadow of a tree. Again, this is the kind of things that I like to take a look at. This is a rogue leaf. Let's keep watching. I have a wonderful square, or squarish. This is like what, 4x3 of the forest. This is not the same tree, but this is just wonderful. Remember that how William and Catherine love nature. Then this kind of the B shots, or the complementary shots that you add, just so have a better idea. So we have a better idea where they were at the moment. That is just an amazing shot, a very squarish. You see that this is a smaller shot, like a slide. You remember that those slide projectors. Slide projects. I don't know if you watch Mad Men. Do you remember Mad Men, the slide projector episode? That was just amazing. Just look for it on YouTube. Mad Men slide projector scene. Perfection. Another close up of leaves with light, with warm light. Again, with that format of a slide projector. The cancer journey is complex, scary, and unpredictable for everyone. Especially, we're gonna analyze this in detail. Those closest to you. Again, that having those small 4x3 shots is like mimicking the slide projectors where we used to watch those family memories. We have very nice. I'm going to a close-up here. Fabulous, completely complementary body language of one with the other. We could stay here 15 minutes, and you would stay here 15 minutes. I know you. I've been with you for how long? I've been with you like for 3 years, my roguies. I know you like the palm of my hand, and I know that you would stay here 15 minutes watching this. It's so lovely. How relaxed the hands. No claws in here whatsoever. Hands are totally relaxed. she feels completely at ease and protected with William. William, of course, you know William. We also know William. You know William more than I do. You have been paying attention to William since he was born. I've been paying attention to William just the last 3.5 years or so. But you already know that the guy, he also does that. You know, he's always tense, like, oh my God, I need to support my family. I have to do this. You know, the weight on the shoulders of this man, it's not an easy task. Then for everything that I said near the start of this live stream, that I wish him good luck. I wish him Godspeed. Can you wish Godspeed, or you just say Godspeed? You get an idea. But I could say he could relax a bit, but at the same time, I know his character. He's not someone who will just relax, and I understand him because I am exactly that way. I cannot relax. It's really hard for me, and it's like I told you that. From 2018 to this point, yes, I had to change. And right now, no, I cannot relax. I have been sleeping better, but I am nobody. I am nobody, and I am not allowing myself to relax. I cannot imagine how can it be for William. So, but Catherine is confident that William is their superhero, and he would do whatever it takes to protect his family. And of course, there is no, sorry, I have to put the mic. There's no reunion with the gingerbread. Harry's not coming back. I was about to say a bad word. I was going to say the F word, F sake, but no, that is absolutely out of the question. And we're not going to talk about this. But yes, this is the kind of things I need to say. I understand why William is never really relaxed. In very particular moments, he is not grinding his teeth, because that's what men, that's what we are as men. We are constantly thinking about the future, about our family, how to do things better. Are we doing the right things? Are we predicting things? Are we doing everything that is in our power? How can I have more power to do more things? That's what we do. That's what you do for your loved ones. So I am not surprised that it's so hard for William to relax. And I cannot know what's going through his mind at this moment. So many of you staying here. Oh my gosh, almost 2,000 Royes. He is caressing her hand. Let me make a close up of that. So many details. He is caressing her hand. Very lovely, very relaxed. A couple taps at the end, and then we have that. She opens her eyes. I didn't notice. This is the kind of things I tell you. I thought that she had closed her eyes all the time. Notice that finally, he relaxes his jaw a bit. You notice that? I know that you're seeing it. There it is. There it is. Grinding teeth. Oh, William, you don't know how much I understand you. Oh, Paul, we should start a club. The Royal Road Club. First rule of the Royal Road Club. No gingers allowed. No, maybe not. No. One ginger not allowed. All other gingers can come. We do not discriminate at all. They're so lovely, and this is the best. This is the best shot. This is where we could stay 15 minutes here. Lauren, yes, you nailed it. Bruxism Club. First rule of the Bruxism Club, you never let anybody notice that you're doing this. You know that William has more experience, so he's got his jaw muscles more developed than me. This is everything. This shot is worth the ticket price, and the ticket price is free. That's the best thing. The ticket price is your ginger bias. I have unconscious ginger bias. I'm unconscious ginger bias. Sorry, I cannot. You know that I am a troll at heart. I'm a satirist at heart. This is everything. This is you can feel Catherine actually relaxed on William's shoulder. And William, at that moment, maybe he was, okay, he was thinking about, oh, can I protect my family? Yes. And he has this reassurance in his eyes. This is everything. I'm gonna go, you can go even closer. This is cinema perfection. Cinema perfection. I would not be surprised that this is the kind of videos that people will be watching 100 years from now. Can you imagine that? It's like, again, that's something that I do. It's something crazy that I do. I sometimes think in ultra long term, like 100 years from now, people will be watching this video and they will have the same feeling about this that we're having. Don't you think that's amazing? 100, 200 years from now, people will be able to watch this video, and we are watching this on day one. And this is a memory for the ages. Again, I always like the way that what they represent. You know that both on my X account, of my Body Language X account, and the Body Language Guy channel, and me as a person, Jesus Enrique Rosas, I always have my reservations having idols and icons and people that I look up to, because, well, especially in these times, it's easy to be disappointed. Okay, everybody can have their own thoughts. They are entitled to their own opinions, but sometimes their stances make no sense, and I have no patience for people whose stances make no sense. Okay, maybe you have your reasons. I always say that every single person should watch this, I think it's 2004 film called Crash. I'm going to tell you what is the always recommended film. I haven't recommended. Is 2004. 2004 film called Crash. 100%. I think every single human being should watch this movie. I'm going to show you which one it is, so you can look for it if you haven't watched it. I want to make some kind of reflection here. Let's do a very long live stream. This movie, Crash. I watched this movie. I think it was Oscar to the best movie. It was Oscar to the best movie in 2005, if I remember correctly. If my memory doesn't fail me. No, it was Million Dollar Baby. And then I thought it was a Million Dollar Baby is another great movie. But Crash was just amazing. And everybody should watch this movie. If you haven't seen it, look for it. Search for it. Watch it. And maybe at some point, remember to subscribe to my email list and my locals community. Maybe at some point we could have a discussion of this movie. One of my 10 favorite movies of ever. And the lesson is timeless. It's something, goosebumps. Watch it. And what does it have to do with our lovely couple? What does that movie that some of you haven't seen have to do with our lovely couple? I see that some of you have seen the is with the cast is just in case, so you make sure that you spot the right one. Is with Matt Dillon, Terrence Howard, Thandie Newton, Sandra Bullock, Don Cheadle. Has a very spectacular cast. Brendan Fraser, Ludacris, Michael Pena. It's just an amazing movie. You have to watch it. But what does it have to do with our lovely couple? I was talking that life has taught me in not so nice ways that it's not a good idea to just have to have idols in the sense that you're a fan of, for example, you know that I'm a Metallica fan. I have I think Kirk Hammett is the one that we could not criticize, but you get the idea. It's if you dig deep enough, you will always find things that you don't like about some people. By the way, I still owe you that Catherine portrait, and I just remember it. I'm going to tell you why I remember this, because I was checking my old, speaking of idols and celebrities and figures of history and being fan of them, I'm going to take my time with this live stream. I so many things I want to say. Sometimes we need to go for what they represent. Sometimes what they represent is bigger than the person themselves. And everyone has flaws. I have flaws. Every single one of you have flaws. They have flaws. They must have flaws that we don't know, but they have. But it doesn't matter, because at least yours truly, I admire them is because for what they represent. That unity, and of course the impersonation of the unity and the tradition and the values of the United Kingdom. That's what I admire. They were, let's say, the chosen ones to be part of that representation. That is not an easy task. And I must say, they have done it quite amazingly, flawlessly, absolutely no complaints. But I don't know if you have been on X lately, Twitter, you might have noticed that there was discussion about one particular figure of UK history, one of the greatest Britons, and if I remember correctly, it was was voted one of the greatest Britons of history. And I was checking. I will always check my old notebooks. I make some crazy annotations, and I also do illustrations. And I think I was about to dump one of my notebooks on the trash. I'm like that. I'm just dump things when they are full. They just dump them. And I noticed that I made an illustration on the first page. And one of my favorite figures from history, in fact, I named one of my books with his last name is this guy. And sadly, I don't know if I can. I don't have this is a pencil sketch, not a sketch, it's an illustration of Sir Winston Churchill. Sorry about that. I just hit the mic with this. I admire him in many ways. I almost dumped Winston Churchill's illustration in the trash. I saved it, luckily. Maybe I will frame it. It is not finished. It was not finished. You can see that. I don't know if I can have a full. You can see it. It was like in detail here, but the face and the rest. You can see that even it's all. It is folded. It has wrinkles. Was folded in the middle. Was right for the trash, and oh my God! I need just to rip this away. Winston Churchill is. We could say that he is a controversial figure, but there are people claiming that he was actually a villain in World War II. Give me a break. What kind of nonsense? Again, the guy, Winston Churchill, was not an angel whatsoever. The guy had flaws, yes. The guy made mistakes, yes. Did the guy change history? Yes. For the better? Yes. That is undeniable. All of those questions, you get a yes. Can he be criticized? Yes. But we have to put things in perspective, ladies and gentlemen. And that is the thing. Sometimes if you get infatuated with a person, with humans, with flesh and blood humans, we have flaws. Sooner or later, you're going to find flaws. But sometimes we imperfect creatures of God, we stand for things, we build things, we represent things that are bigger than ourselves. Maybe that is something that we should focus on. Maybe sometimes the person is not entirely to your liking, but they are doing something that is worth fighting for, that is worth supporting. And no, I don't have, this is not a persuasion, or I'm not talking about other people. I'm talking about in general. Something that I'm coming up right now because I have been thinking about this for many weeks. You know that I made in my Body Language Guy channel, a video about Quentin Tarantino. I am a great fan of Tarantino movies. I cannot say otherwise. I love the guy's movies. I love the way he writes dialogue. But when he expressed his political stance and who was so lack of common sense, as in, why do you feel like that? Because F you, that's why. All right. That was a bit hard to swallow. And again, I am in the same position. You should know that so many of you, maybe you're not watching now, maybe so many of you are not watching the Body Language Guy, maybe you don't like my political stances. But maybe you would you could focus on what I stand for. That is different. I have flaws as a human being. You have flaws. William has flaws. Catherine has flaws. Winston Churchill had flaws. But what if we focus on what they stand for? That way, the moment we, for some reason or another, something happens and we get momentarily disappointed, we could remember that, well, maybe this we should focus on the bigger picture. I don't know. I'm still trying to mature this idea. I'm maturing this live on a live that I thought it was going to last 1 hour. We are only 30 seconds in this video, and we have thought and talked about so many things. But I cannot avoid talking about these topics. And I cannot avoid the fact that I have so many of you, 1,600 Royal Rogues right now watching. Again, the largest audience I had face-to-face ever was like 400 people. And right now I have 4 times that in this very moment. And I know that so many of you sometimes have questions, because I have those questions and no easy answers. And we have all this propaganda and influence and manipulation everywhere, on a personal level, on a mainstream media level, everywhere. What I stand for is that we should be able to make choices with our lives. Our lives. And those choices should be informed with a clear mind. And what is a clear mind? A clear mind has 2 things. Something that I'm fighting for. Fighting is an understatement. The first one is that, jokes aside, we have biases. Tons of them since we were born. Circumstances, nurturing, whatever, you name it. And the other is all that manipulation, all that external manipulation, and how we react to that. So we need to take a look at ourselves, inside of us, to see what's going on, what's not going as expected, what could we change, so we can see whatever is happening outside in a better light. That's what I stand for. That's why I analyze people's body language to see what are they up to. What is their agenda? What are their intentions? That's why I give you tools. I tell you over and over again, make a list of your values. What are the values that you live for? There's so many things. It's so basic, and we forget that. And yes, this is the way that this kind of videos inspire me, not only from an aesthetic perspective, but the subject matter. Catherine, William, their family, the important things in life. What brings us together? What brought us together? Royal gossip. And where are we right now? Talking about important things. Things that we should be talking more often, but we get so entangled with everything that is going, that everything is urgent nowadays, and we're trying to keep up. It's terrible at times. So I admire William and Catherine for what they stand for, what they represent, the nuclear family. They represent that. It's something that is a value that is perhaps the most important value for civilization right now, and it's under attack. It's at stake. And this is something that it's worth fighting for. and a mother prioritizing her time with her children. That is something that we should fight for. That is something that should be, it is absurd that I have to say this, but that's something that should be normalized. It's normal for a mother wanting to have all the time that she wants with her children. It is obvious. But for me, that's something that should be obvious. It seems that it is not. It's like, oh, you're being a misogynist saying that. If this was the Rogue Knights, the Royal Rogue Knights, I would have a more, flourished vocabulary right now. I would tell anybody to just F off. But I think this is one of those times that I try to say I have my reservations when I say I admire certain people, I admire that people because every time. But what if we look for what they stand for, what they represent, what they have actually built? Maybe in that regard, we can look past the flaws of the person and be more aware of the legacy. And which better legacy than a family that has been so devalued recently. That is something that I just needed to get that out of my chest. And I really appreciate that you are here to share this with you. Magnificent video. Another little slide. I'm gonna activate the captions again. It's closest to you. There's we have another clip from a static camera. The thing George was in flip-flops. George was in ninja way, and William was playing with the cricket paddle. And Louis had discovered what all men look for during a trip to the wilderness. The stick. Boom, 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 boom. We always need a stick. Automatically. We set a foot on the wilderness and we men need a good stick, a nice stick. I don't know what for, to fend off the bears, to, I don't know, to play as a sword, something, to fish. A stick is something that is fundamental. It is something, it is programmed in us. Don't ask me why, I haven't studied. I only know that it is a thing. Well, there's Louis with the stick. A plane, and I think Louis was really fast with that stick. My God, he was running off camera. I think George was speaking to William. They're speaking. William was really focused on doing the ball and paddle thing. Charlotte was jumping like Super Mario, I think. Yeah, jumping. And then we have another switch to this. There's a lot of nice shots in here. With humility, it also brings. I'm going to play this just to read the words, and then we go back to this shot to talk about it. Humility, it also brings you face with your own vulnerabilities in a way you never considered before. And we can, okay. This shot, why do we have ultra wide shots? What is an cricket bat paddle. I told you, Jenny, I'm 100% ignorant about cricket. 100% ignorant, or maybe 0% knowledgeable is the same, right? Okay. Why do we have ultra wide shots? We use ultra wide shots to make the scenery the protagonist and use tiny humans, in this case Catherine, you can see Catherine in here, you see Catherine here, to make sense of the size of the scenery. It's like you do it for to make an easy comparison of the size, and of course let the tiny human, in this case Catherine, be seen as tiny, as in we are tiny specks in this immensity that is around us, which is reality. We are tiny, marvelous miracles, tiny drops in this sea of wonderful and also dangerous things that surround us. But very good, this one. Princess 4 scale. Oh, you nailed that, flower girl. Nailed that, Princess 4 scale. Was dehydrated. Is this? And in which direction is Catherine looking? She's looking to, you guessed it right, to the right. Progress. Again, there is a slight, I don't know how to do this. I will try to show you here. I don't know if you can see that there's like this diagonal line of leaves here or trees. You see it, right? That there's like a shadow here, okay? And there's a shadow here, and it creates like a cone, right? You have a cone like this, okay? I should be able to do it. Let me see if I can do my stuff. I should be able to, let me see. I'm trying to switch my apps here. And in theory, it should be able to, what is going on? Okay, now it's working. And what should I do here? I want to show you something. This is the kind of things that I analyze, but I need to see there's a tiny let me see, something that is creating this disturbance in the force. Okay, I know what I have to do. Okay, I'm going to try to paint here. Okay, let's do something. I'm going to change to the headshot and chat, and I'm gonna be working here, so I don't create this stuff. So you can talk and chat, and I will be working on the background, so I don't disturb you. Okay. I'm going to draw a couple lines here. You cannot see what I'm doing. You're gonna see it right now. And I'm going to copy this and transfer it to Keynote so you can see it better. Working in the background, I prefer this. Take my time. And this is the kind of things that you're gonna see this is how I see things this way. Okay, I have drawn these two lines. I don't know why I didn't do it directly in Keynote. I see this kind of lines in the scenery. And I see lines of not only Catherine looking to the right, but these divisions in the scenery of like this cone of light in which she is. Like she's not only receiving the light, but projecting it at the same time. It's just awesome to see. This is the kind of things that, yes, you can even force a bit with a filter, because as I'm telling you, this is all a narrative. This is storytelling. This is visual storytelling. As she's telling, she's speaking. What is she saying with this frame? What are her words? With humility. That's how you convey humility. Humility is conveyed by the way that you have a very tiny human in this huge forest. That's a way to convey humility visually. But at the same time, you have that projection of light, which is a cone that opens in that direction to the right and up. Remember that we're talking about progression, advancement, progress. Yeah, this is all the psychology that you use when you're filming a movie and you are doing all this. I absolutely love all that. I could spend hours talking about this. This is a very, very quick summary of everything that I'm seeing. But yeah, this is fascinating because you make sure to match the words to whatever is happening on screen, so the images support what you're hearing in Catherine's words. It was spectacularly well done. Face to face with your own vulnerabilities, and of course, well, what can I tell you? I'm going to turn on the captions again. And you have this is usual light composition. You have this strip of shadow here, a thin strip of a bit of light. Okay, I'm going to. I don't know why it's was not working. Well, that doesn't matter. You see that this line here separates shadow here and a bit of light here. We have the first line here. We got another line here where this strip of light ends and the darkest part of the tree stands. Then we have a shade of light here, more contrast, and then the background that is mostly dark. That's how you compose with light and made the frame so interesting. And at the same time, use that light to portray Catherine in this really serene and peaceful moment with nature, talking about her vulnerabilities, how vulnerable she is, and she is like hugging herself at that moment. It's a gesture like protecting herself. She's not crossing her arms. This is important because sometimes it can be mistaken. If you see the video on your mobile phone, then you might be tempted to see. If I'm not wearing my glasses, I could see that maybe I can mistake that she's crossing her arms, but she's not crossing her arms. She's got one arm over her belly and the other arm on top. It's very different from having her arms crossed. And her expression is, well, I'm going to be completely honest with you. There's just a bit, it is my first impression, just a bit of sadness in there. So it's peaceful. There's just a 5% of sadness in there. It's what I see. Of course, it has to be, maybe it's not, sadness is not the word. Maybe she is, as I'm telling you, I, as a director, would tell her, what is the message that you want to say to your audience, and how would you project that message with feelings, with emotions, with you? And maybe, yes, what she's been through is something to get very emotional about, because she must think a lot about her children. And it's not like she's feeling sad. Maybe I'm sorry about my lack of vocabulary right now. Maybe the word is, maybe you can help me, comforting herself, because you can get emotional if you have been through that and you think of your children. You will get emotional. Maybe sadness is not the word. Maybe afraid is not the word. But yes, it's like you get emotional. Maybe you can help me with that. But it's a very deep moment, as some of you are saying. Yeah, healing sometimes. Healing is not easy. Healing is very physically and mentally consuming. It's something that is not easy. Trees represent life, sturdy, strong growth, connection to all things living. Thank you, Melanie. You're right. Okay, let's activate the captions again. If we consider before, we have another ray of light coming through the trees' leaves. We have family moments, also with a vintage look, to have that sense of nostalgia. That is an aesthetic decision. This red square by side, I don't know, may represent when you have an error or something that happened with the film. Maybe it could be that. It's an effect in post-processing. And with that, a new perspective on everything. I agree. You have absolutely new perspective. You look at life in a different way. Your priorities change. Everything changed. That is a fact. And something that we should, I'm going to switch to this again. Something that we all should think about is that we should not wait until an ordeal or something bad happening to change. It's something that we should be doing constantly. What can we do better? One thing at a time. Just one thing at a time. You don't have to overwhelm yourself, but I had this kind of trick when I felt overwhelmed by my circumstances. You know that I love science fiction. That's why I want to travel to Mars and the whole rocket language guy, maybe at some point. And I love science fiction. And when I was overwhelmed, I made this mental exercise. And I have a very vivid imagination that I had just been transported via a portal from a universe or a scenario was 100 times worse than what I was living at that moment. Like I thought I was being attacked by xenomorphs, aliens, a predator, something like that, like something terrible, or monsters or something, or I don't know. I thought I picture and imagine myself in that parallel universe where everything in my life had gone really tits up in the worst way possible. And by a miracle, I was transported by a portal to this moment, to my current overwhelming. And by comparison, what I was living at that moment was, okay, I can do this. This could be much, much worse. I have a very good imagination to imagine the worst things possible. So transporting me to this overwhelming moment was my way of saying, this is not that bad. I got this. There are no xenomorphs trying to eat me or anything. So I think I will be fine. I was saying this because it's that new perspective. That's what I mean with that new perspective. You have a new perspective if you have gone through this, and then at least you have finished chemotherapy. But I did the new perspective thing, imagining that I came from a parallel universe in which things have gone totally wrong. Maybe that can work for you at some point. It really helped me a lot. I liked this expression. This was full classic Catherine here. Very hard to miss. This is classic Catherine in there, even with the low resolution, with the vintage filter, was classic Catherine. Great to see. It's just filming. We got the Jeep that she was driving. It's Jeep, or I don't know the model. I'm very bad with car models. I have to say, Catherine is looking at my latest memes. No, just joking. Just filming. And they're playing with the camera. What is Catherine doing? Oh, she has some cards. She has no phones this time. She's not looking at memes. She's playing cards. How many cards? Is that a royal flush? Oh, nice. Is she playing solitaire or what? Just keep moving. Kind of things I like to see. I always take a good look. What is this? Oh. It's goofing around with the camera. So we have another transition. In this case, it's a spinning, completely vertical shot. Another nice shot of the scenery. There was a raven. Another more leaves. This time has above all, I'm going to read this and then go back to see the shot. This is a beautiful shot, by the way. Beautiful, beautiful shot. Above all, reminded William and me to reflect and be grateful for the simple yet important things in life. Yes, this is very enlightening. This shot. Wonderful. Just wonderful. That depth of field, and you have this very close logs here out of focus. Got Catherine and Charlotte on focus, and I guess it's William driving. Possibly. Missy Lulu, I think that's an old Land Rover from the 1960s, or am I wrong? Maybe not from the 1960s, but the 80s could be, because of the buttons and stuff. It was really analogic. It was here. There's Catherine and Charlotte, and I see William in here. I think William was alone driving. I don't know if I can see if was George by his side. But wonderful shot. Wonderful shot. It's Louis. The things. I'm going to disable this again. Again, the fingers, interlock fingers. Very loving. William looks way more relaxed. Even if he has his, the thinking about the future look. That's what we do as men. That is our burden. That's what we do. And Catherine looks, by the way, Catherine looks great. I must say, she looks great. It's great to see her, and it's great to see her like this. It's very good. I don't know what they're doing. What are they doing right now? No idea. They're having fun. And there's a shot from the opposite side, and they look a bit silly. It's because of the lens is it's not a fish eye, but it's a very short lens, so that they look a bit distorted in this one. Nice, nonetheless. This is very cute. This is a very cute take. Again, this is the kind of things. How can I say this? This is very hard to fake. This is very hard to fake. It's something that it is easier to just have at least two guys with 3 cameras at the same time, just recording everything, and I mean everything. That body language is very cute. Oh, there we're looking for insects. You're right, and this is where they took that that banner from. Okay, it was not a picture. It was this frame. You remember that we had this this, right? Okay, it was. Oh, I forgot to change this. There was their banner, their new banner on their X account is from this, and this comes from the video, this part of the video, right? This one, but most probably, since I see, let me see. I want to check one thing. I want to check one thing. I'm doing my crazy things. Louis is the same expression. William is the same expression. Oh, yes, it's the same expression. Charlotte's is her hand. I'm gonna explain to you very soon what I'm doing. It's almost. I need looking. Let me see. Just 1, 2. This one. This is the one. This is the exact frame, but bear with me. I want to check something. This is the kind of things that I do. I want to see this exact frame. This must have been recorded with 4K at least. Yeah, there's William's expression. Yeah, it was recorded with 4K. This has this warmth filter, and this they use a less warm filter for the banner. But that's the exact frame they took the banner from. I'm sorry. That's the kind of things that I, all that I do that doesn't get into the videos, this is what I do. I'm doing a full-blown analysis. Why do you do that for, Jesus? I don't know. I just do it. Sometimes things turn out interesting. Sometimes things are just, well, nice. But this one was fantastic shot. I'm going to, just in case, to make sure that I don't have to look for this afterwards, I'm going to go here and I'm going to paste in here just to have that record here, just for my records. Fantastic picture, fantastic. And here we still have the warm tones. They're plain, and only plain. There's the laptop in here, a notebook. This looks like a mobile phone, or it looks more like a ebook reader. They are, well, they're betting the coffee capsules. And these coffee capsules, they're betting with coffee capsules. That, I'm sorry, I always look at all the stuff in the background. You're there with Grandpa Middleton. Always take a look at everything. You never know what you could be missing, but they're having a good time. By the way, I've seen this video twice, and I never saw this. Really, this was so fast, I did not spot it. Oh, this one was easier. The scroll as well. It was very nice. Do you know where this is? Any of you know where this is? I have no idea. This is my favorite part with Grandpa and Grandma in the kitchen table. Okay, here comes the night or following day. You have the switch. And so that's where she says, when she begins to talk, doing what I can to stay cancer-free is now my focus. Although I have finished chemotherapy, my path to healing and full recovery is long. And we have this wonderful shot. And I must continue to take each day as it comes. We have so many wonderful shots here. We have, of course, this, she's talking about being cancer-free. We have this shot of trees close to, this is dusk, right? This is the very last part of the day, at dusk. It's like you are not out of the woods yet. Okay, that's what it is conveying with this shot, with this gloomy shot. And then we have very active shots, a lot of movement of Catherine. So I have finished chemotherapy. I have this very fast sequence of shots, spinning, moving, just like Catherine. You know that she never stops. The path to healing, again, the same motif that we have seen over and over again. We have to the left of the screen, shadows, to the right, light. It's something that has repeated at least 4 or 5 times throughout more times throughout the whole video. Now you know why is that. It's like this. We have just this shot. We have the same brightness, shadows, brightness, shadows. That's the way that you compose with lighting to get this magnificent shots. And this was just amazing, getting this on camera. And I can hear the haters. You can see that she's posing and stuff, and yes, and we love it. Again, this is like a painting in movement. We appreciate the effort and the dedication into making this because we love this. I know that you will watch this 100 times and you will watch it 100 times more after that. I know it. This is dedication to the craft, and this is a big thank you to everyone who has wished Catherine well. We're happy thanks to this. We're really thankful because of this. And I must continue to take each day as it comes. And well, you cannot get more hopeful than this shot. A lot of wonderful shots in here. I'm gonna copy this one as well. I'm going to do it very fast, not bother you much with my crazy screen capturing. But it's so good, so good. Take each day that it comes, and then again, I think we saw the. We saw the. I think maybe this is a continuation of the previous shot. Let me see. I think no. This is another one because this foliage is different than this one. But again, we have shadows on the left, light on the right. Nice shot. Again, they're walking to the right, progressing forward. I am, however, looking forward to being back at work and undertaking a few more public engagements in the coming months when I can. We got a lot of video. Well, we have here playing cards with Charlotte. There she is. Nice. Very nice. And oh yeah. I've got a bigger stick. Well, a branch. It's got a bigger branch. Louis upgraded the stick. Yeah, this is like 2001: A Space Odyssey. First he got the small stick. Now he has the stick. We need also Sprach Zarathustra on the subwoofer, like sounding at 11. Yeah. Louis knows. He already knows what it is to be a man of the wild. This is nice. Some snacks, I think. This is cheese, right? I thought it was butter. Some cheese and more card. This was just. This is wonderful. This one, I love this. Let me see your comments. Louis showing no more olive branch. Oh my god. Oh no. No. Yeah, her voice is so soothing as well. I would love an audiobook read by Catherine. Only that is a ton of work. Like if a book is usually like 8 hours long, that is a ton of work. A ton. Cannot imagine how much work is recording an audiobook. Kath speaks for all of us. Yes, I will watch this beautiful video 100 times and more. Okay, so okay, let's continue. There's still playing cards. And okay, we are not looking at the captions. Despite all that's gone before, I enter this new phase of recovery with a renewed, I don't know, what kind of cards are these? I don't know this kind of cards. They look interesting. This new phase of recovery with a renewed sense of hope, a nice hug in there, an appreciation of life. This is lovely. All this, all of this, really lovely. Yeah, there's an expression that I always love. That is having lust for life. Life, it is meant to be lived, and it means so many things besides just breathing and existing, because it's something that we should be actively engaged in what is life. In many ways. Again, we have same symbols in here. We have the tree, and we have certain shadows or darker colors on the left, brighter colors on the right. You already know it. Notice how that motif, graphical, so visual tool is repeated over and over again. This is when I tell you that sometimes, for example, here she is not speaking, and to add some variety to those shots, every once in a while you put some shots in which they are walking a bit to the left, but it's not entirely to the left. It's like more that bottom left. Again, to add some variety. William and I are so grateful for the support we have received. This is so wonderful as well. Another great shot. So wonderful. So wonderful. Like they are, the fact that they are like how do you say that? Heads up. How do you say this? Like upside down is more or less upside down, makes it all the more funnier. Vintage filter for nostalgia. I love this part. I love this part especially because of their expressions. True love. True love, how Catherine looks at William. Most probably, William was mansplaining something. That's what we do. We mansplain things. And Catherine was looking with those lovely eyes, the eyes of love, to William. Even the dog was, oh, how interesting what William is mansplaining. William, don't stop mansplaining. We need more mansplaining in the world. All right. Very lovely. We have very, very fast shots here. That's the thing, that the video moves sometimes so fast that it's hard to appreciate these frames here. Different dress this time. You think it was recorded the same day? I don't know. I have no way. The weather looks pretty much the same. Maybe it was 2 days. It would be easier. Would be easier, especially because that you don't like filming. Sometimes it could be tiring for the kids. And there's okay. This is the part that I wanted. Now we have what? 2 dogs. 2 dogs. We have a second dog. We have just spotted a second dog. We have a dog here. You can see the tail and the second dog. What's this dog? Are there? Where does this dog come from? Oh, they. Okay, this is the same setting, but yeah, that must have been over 2 days because they are dressed differently, but this looks like the same trees. Okay, this really this doesn't look like it is compliant with hazard regulations. I don't know how he must be like what, like 4 meters up. Oh my god, I cannot watch. I can't watch. By the way, these trees look really cool to climb. Really cool to climb. I have never seen this kind of trees. They seem rather easy to climb. It's good that Louis. I hope that Louis did not climb that much higher because my God, that looks like an occupational hazard. Looks like a normal kid. Yes, and we are in dire need of normal kids nowadays. Very nice. Very nice. Again, the kind of shots that go so fast that's very hard to spot. They're very hard to spot. It is woods near Norfolk home. Oh, nice. Thanks, Paul. Very nice woods. Very nice. And again, let's see at the frame. This is the complete frame. You make sure to. It's like you have a secret kiss in the frame. You're not just. You don't have the kiss in the center of the frame. You have the kiss a bit of to one side. This is a nice shot. I'm trying to think about the lines, the composition. The composition is very, very balanced. We always have a lot more weight on the other side of the frame. So having Catherine and William on this side like balances the frame very, very good. Yeah, that kiss was wonderful. And it was the first day. We're still playing cards. Okay, William was trying to get a bug from, who was this? From Charlotte's head with the 10 of hearts. The 10 of hearts will mean something. Of hearts means something, I don't know. But keep in mind that 10 of hearts, who knows? And the bug. It seems, by the way, it seems that it's a hairy bug. I don't know if it reminds William of someone. That hairy bug. Charlotte is not very keen on the idea of looking the hairy bug up close. This shot was just amazing. The immensity. Again, this is the same that we saw. Notice what she is saying that moment. To all those who continue their own cancer journey, I remain with you side by side, hand in hand. This is another signal of hope. And it means that maybe you can feel alone or lonely or hopeless. No, we are all in this together. To all those who continue their own, this is a complete frame. They're even smaller in the frame. And it is shot in the way that you have 1/3 of land, 2/3 of sky for the rule of thirds. That makes the frame looks more beautiful. This one, again, this is another with those like the filter that I told you, like this filter, an ND filter, to have this softness in the shadows and light. I remain with you side by side, hand in hand. And that's, I don't know if this, no, I thought that she was looking into the camera. She's not looking into the camera. She's looking a bit to one side of the camera. It would have been, maybe if she looked into the camera, it would have been breaking the fourth wall and would have been too harsh. She's grabbing a flower, by the way. She's picking up a flower. Very easy to miss. It's a blink and you'll miss. She's picking a flower. She doesn't really pick it. It just grabs it and lets it go. Yeah, she looks pensive, as some of you have oh, this is interesting. Laura Jab, 10 of hearts in tarot represents the 10 of cups, which represents contentment of the heart, perfection of human love and friendship. Thank you, Laura. Interesting. This is the kind of things, this is the kind of expressions that I see that bit of being emotional. Again, I don't want to say sadness, because sadness is it's just a my emotional vocabulary is failing me. I have a cheat sheet for that. I don't have my cheat sheet nearby. I should have it nearby for this occasions. But yes, it's that pensive, emotional expression of her saying that, yeah, she's with us. She's with whoever is going through this process of healing. Out of darkness can come light. We have already seen that visually as well. So let that light shine bright. This was just genius. This shot. This shot, I mean, it's just incredible. I could name at least 10 shots of this that I absolutely love. And this is perfection. But how did they do this? I don't know. This takes an extreme attention to detail to get this right so naturally. And you know what is the most painful thing of all this? Is you have all these crazy shots, crazy good shots, and they last like less than a second or 2 seconds. It was less than 2 seconds. So good. That is so good. So well made. So inspiring. This is something that speechless. I don't have any other word for this. We have this other. This is from the second day. Remember that where William and Catherine on the sand, and now they're with the kids. Louis running was so fun. This kind of interactions, so lovely. I mean, it is so good in many ways. We have a little bit of everything, and this was I think this was the shot that they were using for a very. It's not this one. It's a few seconds later. William, that moment, that exact moment, that one that they use for their new avatar on the account. I'm going to afterwards. I'm going to play the last 30 seconds because the music and the images are so good as well. There's a flower and a leaf or a feather. A lot of activity, enjoying those tiny and wonderful things in life. At the beach, having a blast and enjoying in Kensington Palace. I'm gonna play those 30 seconds with sound because with the music it's so good, so good that I'm gonna go until the butterfly part.
To all those who are continuing their own cancer journey, I remain with you, side by side, hand in hand. Out of darkness can come light. So let that light shine bright.
Wonderful, just wonderful. No other words can define this, and I really haven't seen such a wonderful production in, well, like in forever. I'm gonna leave this frame on, turn off the captions, and absolute cinema. Will Ward, you have my respect. You are a genius. You're an effing genius. You did something just 3 minutes, less than 3 minutes. I think it was what? Exactly 3 minutes. Exactly 3 minutes of absolute perfection. And again, I think this is Catherine. This is Catherine's thank you to everyone who has wished her well through all these months. We have been patient. We have missed her. And I think that she said, I want to do something to celebrate the fact that I am no longer on chemo, and that the journey is still hard. But again, I think that she's given her enough space to be with her children, realizing that these years having a different perspective. I'm trying to measure my words in here because it's truly emotional. I cannot possibly know what she's been through, what she's feeling right now, but I know that she knows the responsibility that means the royal family in itself, but at the same time, having that kind of scares, having that kind of situations, just have to force you to put some priorities, to prioritize. That you have to maybe focus on raising your children until that moment, and maybe she will very, very gradually go back to royal engagements. Maybe she will keep those at 50%. I am just absolutely making things up here. I don't have sources. I am not guaranteeing any of this. I'm just thinking out loud, and maybe realizing that when the time comes when William ascends to the throne, well, that's full throttle. But until then, she's got the luxury to raise children, and of course raise George, who is next in line in all cases after William. Many things, many emotions, even if I'm looking at it from a aesthetics perspective on one side, body language, of course, as a fan of what William and Catherine stand for and what they represent, trying to make that distinction. And of course, admiring what Catherine, what is my guess, but Catherine, how she wants to dedicate to her children. Well, I think this is the best that we could possibly get in this video, and I'm just pleasantly surprised, as I'm sure that so many of you are. So many wonderful comments. I'll try to keep an eye on you. Let me see. Oliver, this video is inspiring and also evokes a nostalgia only found in all movies. This is possibly the most pro-family video I've ever seen. Agreed, Oliver. Super sticker for Margie. 3 red hearts of different sizes. Thank you, Margie. Thank you for that. This is again, people will be talking about this for a long time. I'm sure that I will be finding more things, but what we share tonight was thanks to this video. And I'm sure that we will be sharing more live streams and more, as I'm telling you, more experiences and more thoughts. I will do my best to bring you the best entertainment, of course, but sometimes we need to reflect. We need to think. We need to pause and look at the tiny, wonderful, important things in life that sometimes we take for granted. My Royal Rogues, my name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the Royal Rogue. And until we meet on another video or another live stream, remember the most important words. Much love and bliss. Take care. Be safe. I love every single one of you. Bye-bye.